What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about the Warcraft movie. Just got back from seeing it with one of my real-life buddies who also used to play WoW. He played for 3 or 4 years. I played for 7 to 8 years, pretty hardcore. And while neither of us play World of Warcraft anymore and we don't really like the direction the game has gone, of course we're going to go see the Warcraft movie because both of us have spent a lot of time in WoW and is a big part of both of our lives. And I highly recommend that anyone else that has put a decent amount of time into any sort of Warcraft game, go see the movie. It is worth it to go see it if you're a Warcraft fan. 100% go see the movie if you're a Warcraft fan. I give this movie a 7 out of 10. And again, this is coming from the perspective of a Warcraft fan. I could see this movie getting lower than that if you don't know anything about Warcraft, because that's one of the big criticisms I have with this movie, is that if you don't know what's going on ahead of time, you could get a little lost. You might not understand why that character is as important as he is, or what's going on right here, like why does this matter? So that's probably one of the weaknesses of the film. I'm not sure how they could have corrected that, because there's just so much going on, so many characters, so much that I feel like that's just kind of the way these things go with movies like this. Even Lord of the Rings kind of had that to a degree. Even though Lord of the Rings was masterfully done, there was still some situations where you're like, what the fuck? Like, why do I care about this guy? But then if you read the books, you'd get it. So there were some issues, but the main thing I want to hit home with is this movie did not deserve the 17 out of 100 that it got on Rotten Tomatoes. That is completely absurd. This movie is not anywhere close to as bad as the way the critics are making it out to be. I think people are just ripping it apart for the sake of ripping it apart. It's not the greatest movie I've ever seen, but it's not a 17 out of 100. It's not even close. I feel like a lot of these critics are just ripping the movie apart for the sake of ripping it apart to try and make a name for themselves or something. I don't know. I disagree with a lot of the reviews. However, the story, while it's not bad, it wasn't amazing. There were some cringeworthy parts of the movie. There was one part for Azeroth. You'll know it when you see it. It made me cringe. Like when that guy said it, I was like, ugh. Oh, dude. So there were some cringy parts. The Kandon love story, which is not even a spoiler because it was in the fucking trailer and made it really obvious. The Kandon love story part, I was pretty disappointed by. Just because I thought Blizzard was better than that. Like, why'd they have to can that shit on? Why'd they have to include that? And not that it was like not that it was like bad or super. I mean, it was definitely a little cringy, but that part was a little cringy. But not that it was like overly cringy, but I just wish they wouldn't have done it. Like, I thought you guys were better than. I thought you were gonna do something cooler than just like, oh my god, I think she likes him. Like, ugh. But I could look over that. The fucking explosion eye candy of this movie was awesome, dude. Holy shit! The battle scenes, the Stormwind and Ironforge, seeing all that shit realized in film, cool as fuck. The battle scenes were cool as fuck. The Griffin was cool as fuck. The Griffin was probably the highlight of the movie. Seeing that fucking thing go crazy, oh my god, that shit was dope. So yeah, I like the movie. It was what I thought it was going to be. I wasn't expecting Lord of the Rings 2.0, and it wasn't Lord of the Rings 2.0. I wasn't expecting a crazy story with a twist. There was not really any twist. It kind of just went the way I thought it was going to go, and that's fine. I liked it. So go see the movie if you're a Warcraft fan. Yes, there is some cringy stuff. It was kind of interesting. So a lot of the people that we saw the movie with were Warcraft fans. There were some nods to some Warcraft stuff that was cool. Like there were some moments where you're like, I see that. That's fucking cool. I like that you guys did that. Like there's like a Hogger poster, like wanted Hogger, and like some little stuff like that is very cool. Little nods to Warcraft. It is not a World of Warcraft movie in the sense of it's basically like if you were to break it down by classes, there's like a few mages, a warlock, and then everyone else is literally warriors. Like they don't have any of the, like they don't have like druids or any of that stuff. So I'm wondering if they will explore that stuff in future movies. I hope there are future Warcraft movies. I hope that the earlier reviews don't hurt this movie too much. Apparently the movie's done well in China, so who knows. I'd like to see it explored further. It wasn't the greatest movie I've ever seen. I think it has a lot of potential. I do. I think this movie series has a lot of potential. So I'd like to see them do more stuff with it. I hope they do. I hope the movie does well, because I think it's all right. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys saw the Warcraft movie, let me know what you think. I will be talking about this on the podcast with spoilers. I tried to avoid the spoilers here. Anything that I might have spoiled was shown in the trailers. So check out the Hive Mind podcast this week if you want to see a more detailed discussion of what I think. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little review, and let me know what you think of the Warcraft movie in the comments down below. Catch you next time.